Hi, I'm Kenny Joya. Welcome to another one of my tutorials. In this video series, we're going to learn how to create a loop-based production in Reaper. Now in the first video, we set up this loop, which repeats multiple times. And sounds like this. But I'm kind of thinking it's a bit boring, as it repeats every bar. So I want to change it up so that the second bar is a bit different than the first bar. Hear it again. It ends up with a 16th note kick drum, which I want to change to an 8th, at least the second time, which will create a 2-bar phrase or a 2-bar loop. So let's zoom in right here to this kick. And we're going to put this kick over here as an 8th note instead of a 16th note. I'm going to go to the grid up here, right click it, and I'm going to change the grid or the snapping from a whole note to an 8th note. Now we could also change the snapping or the grid using a keyboard shortcut. On PC, it's the Windows key, and on Mac, it's the Control key. And then we can page up or page down to change the size of our grid. So we could page up to make the grid bigger, or page down to make the grid smaller. We're going to use that a bunch in this video. So let's set it right here. And we're going to split this kick and then paste it over here. Put our cursor right here. Hit S for split, but if we zoom in, we can see on the split, it creates a fade out and a fade in. We don't want to do that. So let's turn that off in the preferences. Undo this, go to the options menu, and go to preferences, and we'll go down to media item defaults, and we'll turn off create automatic fade in and fade out on new items. We could probably leave this off for this video series. So now if we split right here, type S, it doesn't create a fade out and a fade in. It just creates a hard edit. And we'll do the same thing right here. Type S, then we can copy this item and then split over here, type S, select this item and delete it, and then paste it here. And now we should have a 2-bar phrase. Which is a bit more interesting. So now let's delete all the loops we copied before. And to make this easier to copy and paste, let's just select it all by double-clicking the track. And that selects each one of our items, and then we'll group them. Right-click, choose Group, Group Items. Or we can just type in G. And that's going to treat these items as one item. So I can just select one of them, copy it, paste it at bar 3, and repaste it a bunch of times. That should be enough. And now we created a 2-bar phrase instead of a 1-bar phrase. It's a bit more interesting. And I want to start this song a bit later. So let's select all the items and move them to bar 3, like this. Then we're going to go back to the project settings, under File, Project Settings, under the Project Settings tab, and change the start measure to be -1 instead of 1. And that'll give us 2 bars of intro right over here. -1, 0, and then 1. So we get some space before the song starts. and then our loop comes in. So let's save this, File, Save Project, and now let's add some more loops. Let's go back to the Looperman website. Let's type in the search, hi-hat loop. And we'll go down here and find the loop, straight-closed-hi-hat loop, which sounds like this. Now the tempo is 120 beats per minute, but we'll make it fit by stretching it into our project. So let's download it right here. Let's go back to REAPER. And let's go to our hard drive. And here's the loop we just downloaded. Let's drag it in right here. Let's place it right in bar 1. And let's hear it. And we could hear that it's out of time because it's the wrong tempo. So if we go to the right side to trim it and hold down Alt on the PC, Option on the Mac, it changes to a stretch cursor, letting us know we're going to stretch this audio. We can stretch it to bar 3 to create 16th notes. But I'm going to create 8th notes. So I'm going to stretch it the same way, Alt on the PC, Option on the Mac, but stretch it to bar 5, like this. Now it's perfectly in time with this loop. And we can readjust the levels. Let's open up our mixer, which we could do with the keyboard shortcut, Control-M on the PC or Command-M on the Mac. That opens up our fader over here. And once again, let's copy and paste it a few bars. Copy, paste it at bar 3, and do it a few times. And now we have 2 loops in our song. Let's rename this one hi-hat and give it a color. Now we should also make sure we're stretching our loops at the highest quality possible. So let's go back to our project settings and go down here to default pitch shift mode and make sure we choose Elastic Pro at the highest version available. For me, it's 3.3. And that's going to stretch our loops at a higher quality. Next, I want to bring in a percussion loop or a tambourine loop to add some top end and some motion to our song. Let's go back to the website. This time I'll type in laid-back-soul. And there's a loop right here with some tambourine on it. And if you notice, the tambourine is already panned to the right side. So let's download it and bring it in to our track. Go back to REAPER and our hard drive. And here's that loop. Let's just drag it in. Again, it creates a track. And we can drag it right in to bar 1. Now you notice this loop is already perfect with our tempo. So we don't have to time stretch it at all. Let's hear it with the other loops. It also has a drum fill at the end, which we could use every 4 bars, because this loop is 4 bars long. So let's copy it and paste it a few times. Let's name it tambourine loop and give it a color. We can balance the level with our mixer. Sounded pretty good. So now we have 3 loops in our song. Once again, we'll save it. And in the next video, we'll add a few more percussive loops. Let's go.